Look, there's no wrong option here. There isn't.
That's really big of you to say.
And look, I will sit here right now and say, I don't know what's going to happen here in 5 to 10 minutes. I believe Aaron Judge is probably going to end up winning the award.
Yep.
But it's not who I would vote for, Alex. And that's what I want to make very clear is how big of a fan I am of Aaron Judge and what he did this season. It was remarkable. It was one of the greatest seasons ever. And for a guy that just loves the game of baseball, what he brought to the game this year was so valuable. And he had people in September on the edge of their seat as the Yankees pummeled the Pittsburgh Pirates because of what he was doing. It was a magical year. My vote, of which I do not have one, would be for Shohei Ohtani. Because what we saw last year was the greatest season of all time in Major League Baseball history. Until this year, when Shohei did what he did this year, making this season that he just had the greatest season we have ever seen of all time. The guy hit 34 home runs and had a 2.33 ERA on the mound in 166 innings pitched. What a remarkable season. And it was full of first-time evers, right? For the first time in history. You look at Aaron Judge, and he had one of the greatest seasons of all time. But what was it? It wasn't, and I don't want to knock him, but what Shohei did was one of one.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is one of one in the American League side. He broke the all-time home run record, but he's not close to Barry Bonds' record, which he himself says is the record. He does not hold the record. Barry Bonds holds the record. Shohei Ohtani this year, let's just do a little recap as we head into this AL MVP award that will be announced in just a few minutes. This season alone, Shohei Ohtani, the only player ever to record an 8+ RBI game as a batter and a 13+ strikeout game as a pitcher at any point in a player's career. Shohei Ohtani did it in consecutive games.
Yeah.
No player has ever done that. Nobody ever. Shohei did it in back-to-back nights. He's also the only player in MLB history with 10+ wins and 30+ home runs in the same season. One of one there. Only American League starting pitcher to throw 40 or more 100-mile-an-hour fastballs this season. That's just as a pitcher. Only player to ever qualify as a league leader as both a pitcher and a hitter in one season. Only player in the World Series era to compile 10 or more wins and 10 or more stolen bases. Now we're bringing in speed. Mm-hmm. And lastly, the first player in MLB history to throw and face the first pitch of the season for a team. One of one. Shohei Ohtani is one of one. And for all of those reasons, despite the greatness that we saw this year from Aaron Judge, my vote would be for Shohei Ohtani.
The craziest thing to wrap your head around is he won MVP last season unanimously. And he had an even greater season this year. And as you mentioned, he's creating his own history.
Yep.
He is writing his own. He is doing things we have never seen before in the history of the game. And I've always had the mindset of why can't we appreciate greatness when it's right in front of our faces? Do not get jaded when you see players like this in any sport. This is a magical thing to be able to witness and to be here in this moment and be part of it and watch it and be there for it. If you're ever able to go to a game where he's pitching and hitting, do it because it is crazy.
I agree. Not to cut you off.
Oh.
The announcement has been made.
And?
Aaron Judge is the American League most valuable player. 28 of 30 first place votes going to Aaron Judge.
Wow.
Shohei Ohtani getting 2 first place votes and coming in second place. So congratulations to Aaron Judge. The reason that I wanted to talk Shohei leading up is because I want to talk about Aaron Judge here. because it is well deserved. And there was no wrong answer. Aaron Judge had one of the greatest seasons of all time, and you can't take away from the fact that he was doing it in high-pressure situations for a team in New York that was in the hunt for the playoffs and doing it while the home run chase was going on, and he was going after this record, and he had the sport of baseball wrapped up into his palm.
Oh, yeah.
Me included. I mentioned it a second ago. I was on the edge of my seat when he was facing the Pittsburgh Pirates when he had a chance to tie and break the record, Roger Maris's record. So what he has done for the game of baseball since he came into the league, Aaron Judge is one of the faces of Major League Baseball. There is no doubt about that. The New York Yankees need to, right now, sign him to a lifetime contract, give him all the money he wants, give him all the money he deserves, put a C on his chest, make him the captain. He is one of the greatest players in the game of baseball, coming off of one of the greatest seasons of all time offensively. And congratulations to him for winning this award. Well-deserved, obviously. If anybody was going to take away the award from Shohei Ohtani this year and what he did coming off of his unanimous MVP last year and having a better season this year, arguably, there's only one person that could have done it. And there's only one season that it could have possibly been, because you saw Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and what he did last year, potentially winning a Triple Crown. And it didn't happen, and he wasn't even close to winning MVP. It speaks volumes to the year that Aaron Judge had this year. Congratulations to Aaron Judge, the 2022 most valuable player in the American League.
And first Yankee MVP since A-Rod won it in 2007, which is crazy because that franchise, the Yankees franchise, you always have this thought in your head that they're great. They're going to be great. They're going to have the best players because that's kind of their reputation. And it's been quite a bit of time since they had an MVP on their team.
Yeah, absolutely. So, man, that is wild. Since 2007.
Yeah.
A-Rod in 05 as well. So 05 and 07, and now it's taken until 2022. But this is their guy. And we talked about this earlier in the show, but I can't stress this enough. It is a massive, massive failure if the Yankees do not sign him. You are the New York Yankees. You've been known in my lifetime as the organization that goes out and gets what they want. For the last decade, I would say, I think a decade is fair to say, they haven't been that team anymore. They don't go out and get the biggest free agent on the market whenever they want. They haven't been doing that. Look at last year at shortstop. The biggest free agent in multiple ways, definitely the biggest in stature,
is your guy.
And the number one free agent in my top 10 this offseason, and clearly the number one free agent, is Aaron Judge. He's your guy. He's been there his whole career. You drafted him. He won Rookie of the Year. He is your guy. Don't mess this up. Go do it. He's coming off an MVP year. What better time to throw him the bag and make him a Yankee for life? That should absolutely be the case. So congratulations to him. Shohei Ohtani coming in second. But as we were talking about, Alex, wouldn't have been my vote. Understand the vote. Shohei has transformed the sport of baseball forever, and he is a true one of one. He was a one of one last year, and again this year, one of one, and this year he comes in second place.
Which is why my spiel I was giving before we heard that Aaron
Sorry
Judge.
to cut you off, by the way.
No. It's so funny that it's like I was so deep in Ohtani, so deep in the Ohtani conversation, and then it just happened to be, and Aaron Judge is your MVP. The beginning of that, I said the craziest thing about the whole situation is that he was the unanimous MVP the year before and then had arguably a better year this year. But we all kind of knew he wasn't going to win it this year. So it's, instead of getting jaded or downplaying what he did or what he continues to do and what he will continue to do for the game of baseball, just appreciate it because it's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was very important to me. That's why I'm glad we were able to talk about it a little before the announcement was made. It's very important to me to be able to talk about Shohei and the greatness that is him. And then once it was announced that Aaron Judge wins the award, to give him all the kudos in the world because he absolutely deserves it. One thing I will say here.
Yeah.
Great. He won the award. But let's not. The argument that I got so tired of throughout the year was the team argument of, well, the Yankees were really good and the Angels were really not. I struggle with that argument for so many reasons, more than we have time to talk about. But Aaron Judge won this award because he broke the all-time record, and there are plenty of reasons to vote for him, and obviously 28 of the 30 first-place votes were for him. One of those reasons when it comes to baseball should not be the team he plays on, because guess what? This award is an individual award, and Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge can't help. Well, Aaron Judge can help it now. The people he's surrounded by, he can go wherever he wants. But you're on the team you're on, and you can't hold your other team. You can't expect your other teammates to be as good as better than they are or worse. It is what it is. So Shohei Ohtani wasn't on a good baseball team this year, and Aaron Judge was. And if you flip those two rosters but keep those two guys on the same roster, guess what? If you put all the Yankees beside Aaron Judge on the Angels are a playoff team. And if you switch it, the Yankees stink. Don't give the team argument for it. I was tired of that. But Aaron Judge won because of the year he had. And I just wanted to take the time once he did win to give him the congratulations that he deserved.